What's up everybody, this is Ripples in Wales, back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing. Happy Friday, hope you're all looking forward to the weekend. Hope you're all finishing work early today and get out and have some fun. Cool, let's dive in. We've got some good news today. Things are moving quickly in the space. Ripple, they posted out a couple of belters yesterday. So as you can see on their banner here, they've got Ripple Swell, which is occurring in Dubai on the 8th and 9th of this month, which is quite an interesting date. As you all know, with the 8th of November, there was a Bearable Guy post that I'm keeping a very close eye on. Very interesting to see if we've heard something rather special there. The posts that I'm referring to, though, are this one in particular. Firstly, today the Dubai Financial Services Authority, the DFSA, approved XRP under its virtual asset regime, allowing licensed firms in the Dubai International Financial Centre, the DIFC, to incorporate XRP into their virtual asset services. Learn more. Very, very big deal. And Kevin Cage posted something quite cool about that, and I'm going to come back to Ripple in a second. But he put a big deal. Dubai International Financial Centre is the leading global financial centre in the Middle East, Africa and South Asia, MEASA region. The DIFC has a close to a 20-year track record of facilitating trade and investment flows across the MEASA. The region comprises of 72 countries with a combined population around 3 billion people and a nominal GDP of approximately 8 trillion USD. The centre connects the fast-growing markets of the MEASA region and with the economies of Asia, Europe and the Americas. Wow, so that's a really big deal. So 8 trillion, 72 countries, and it's a connector, and 3 billion people. That is the Dubai International Financial Centre, DIFC. So Ripple has become it's been approved under the XRP virtual assets regime. So another massive milestone that you kind of would miss quite easily if you didn't dig into it or look around it. The second by Ripple yesterday was today we announced the partnership with the National Bank of Georgia, the NBG, on the Digital Lari GEL pilot project. Now, this is obviously CDBC, and the pilot will leverage Ripple's award-winning CB, Central Bank Digital Currency Platform, and evaluate practical use cases and benefits for the public sector and businesses, and that's the Georgian flag. Another nation-state under Ripple, so that is 15 or so now. These are countries that are piloting the CDBCs with Ripple. So two huge things straight off the bat there. Then I spotted a post by Swift. Now I'm keeping an eye closely on Swift because Swift had almost like a rebranding and a new lease of life. It's almost like it's under a new control. We'll put it like that, shall we? We're transforming low-value international payments forever. With Swift Go, it's easier for small businesses owners to buy supplies abroad and for families to send money to loved ones overseas. Swift Go payments are quick, easy and predictable, always arriving in one piece. Now, why are they pushing this now? What is the agenda? What is the timeline that they're using? There's no accident that as Ripple is absolutely ramping up its media campaign, it's moving out of stealth with many projects. Remember, 95% of Ripple stuff is stealth. You don't need it. It's dark projects, okay? Because governments don't want you to know what they're doing straight away. They release the things to the public in kind of staged, organised and choreographed timescales. Swift is really encroaching in that area now. They're low value international payments. Now they're going to be leveraging someone's blockchain, which brings me kind of back to the idea of that Bearable Guy post where he showed, I think I've got it up here. 1 second, have a look at this. This is quite funny. So I'm about to do a video on 589 for you all, and this is the kind of preparation I was doing for it. But there is a thumbnail somewhere here. Where are I? Oh no, it's this one. Bearable Guy, work with Ripple and use XRP, or work with R3 and use XRP? Is that kind of thing? Like, what's going on here? Who's using what? Anyway, back to Swift. So they're up to no good, and of course they're connected into this ISO 20022 standard systems, which is the kind of a very rich metadata for payments that is occurring. There's no doubt that behind the scenes there's so much going on, but it's just very interesting that the narratives and their marketing and the media is very synced between Ripple and Swift. Does that make sense to you? That they kind of they're pushing really hard at the same time on their marketing approaches, which means that they're about to reach some sort of get-go start time, which I think is probably the end of this year, spring of next year. Anyway, next article. Flare. Now this is a particularly part of this article caught my attention. I'm going to play it for you. It's regarding Flare, and it's Hugo Fillion explaining Flare in a nutshell. I want you to all listen to it. I'm just going to crank the volume on this, and I'm going to crank the volume on that. Let's go.
Huge shoot to Flare. Flare is building the blockchain for data. Pretty much everything we want to do, barring simple payments in blockchain, requires data. So that's anything like blockchain interoperability, DeFi, AI, gaming, social, KYC, more or less all the applications that we want to use to get mass adoption require data. The problem is the data landscape, the data protocols that exist are not built for today's requirements. They're built for the early DeFi requirements. They're fractured. This means you have different solutions for bridging, cross-chain messaging, price data, web data. And this presents massive complexity for developers and users. Complexity means expense. It limits what can be built. They're pretty centralized. Legacy data protocols in blockchain really appear to have put very minimal thought into decentralization and security. And they're minimally extensible. This means it's hard and complex for engineers to add new data types with any sort of meaningful security guarantees. Once you get out of the top 10 data types on Chainlink, you really have very minimal numbers of nodes providing that data.
That was the interesting thing that he spoke about there. Once you get past 10 of the kind of nodes or validators on the Chainlink, you kind of you can see where he's hinting at there about Chainlink is that the security and there is it seems a threshold to Chainlink's decentralized ability, what Hugo is referring to there, which is very, very interesting because Chainlink is an interoperable solution as well, and it's in the top few cryptos. And look at the price of Chainlink versus the price of Flare. And I'm not saying that there is a comparison in terms of the upside. But if Flare does what Chainlink does 100 times better, then it's going to pull a lot of Chainlink's market cap towards it. Interesting points, Hugo. Anyway, Michael Saylor, a really interesting article on... we're going to go to that first, or we're going to do that after? We'll listen to a little bit of this first of all. The Bitcoin halving's upon us. This is going to draw the liquidity into the market. It's really important that we keep our eyes on Bitcoin, whether we like it or not. None of us are maxis. I hope who listens to this channel, we're all kind of more agnostic to all the different chains to keep our eyes on things and watch where the liquidity is going. Bitcoin's bringing in that liquidity, and that liquidity will flow to all these other tokens, which you probably invested in, I dare say. Let's have a quick listen.
But without the risks and liabilities of commercial real estate, it's a digital commodity without the risks and the liabilities of gold. It's a digital tech investment without the risks and the liabilities of big tech. And so we're bullish.
It's funny, people sometimes forget that you're like an enterprise software company, and I noticed that you're doing some new partnerships on AI with Microsoft, and I wonder if that kind of good news gets overshadowed, or any kind of news about your fundamental business gets overshadowed by just being a proxy for Bitcoin.
We're really excited about our partnership with Microsoft and AI. We're the first BI company to put AI into our product line, and it provides great artificial intelligence boost to our business intelligence business. We're going to use it to grow the business by acquiring new customers, and also it's accelerating cloud adoption within our customer base.
Yeah, Michael, it's Morgan, and of course that business also helps enable you to buy more Bitcoin. The fact that we have seen Bitcoin rally as strongly as it has over the past month, I mean, the SEC seems likely to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF after that key court loss. Does the introduction of an ETF help or hurt investor appetite for MicroStrategy specifically?
Well, I think it's going to help. It's going to accelerate adoption, and it's also going to accelerate institutional awareness and education efforts of Wall Street to teach the 99% of the investors that don't know about Bitcoin what it's all about. MicroStrategies are differentiated.
That's pretty cool. Listen, the two things he said at the start there were fascinating. That he represents, Bitcoin as a better hedge than property, real estate, than stocks. And you've also got to remember that Apex digital assets and I'm going to put XRP up there in that apex category. If we take away from the corruption within the Ethereum network and look at that as well as just a software protocol, then that is probably up there as well as an apex investment. Those are producing less risk, more yield, and more security than most of the other investments. So what he's trying to say to you is there's going to be a flight of capital, and they're looking at those assets as an apex asset class, and XRP is in that asset class. Well, make no mistake of it. Bitcoin obviously is by far the gargantuan to the space at the minute, but things will level out over the arc of time. Anyway, I've listened to a lot of what Saylor was saying. Anyhow, actually I wanted to point to something before that. Just in, Sam Bankman-Fried officially found guilty on all 7 charges. Eesh, nasty. And also a post here, 170 days to the Bitcoin halving, new all-time high coming. If you can guess there's actually a competition here for 1 Bitcoin in prizes up for grabs. If you can guess the Bitcoin halving price, see if you can do it. I'm going to have a go. But keep an eye on Bitcoin. I really like keeping an eye on Bitcoin. Jeremy Hogan, SBF guilty, on all counts. And this was a very interesting video played yesterday. I'm going to play this yesterday. It was Maxine Walters blowing kisses at Sam Bankman-Fried after all of his democratic, how can we say, investments. Should we put it like that? The money trail is going to lead all the way to the tippity top, isn't it? Sad day, a young brilliant mind like that's got himself caught up in a tangled web of deception. He could have been probably one of the smartest people, for a positive cause in the space. It's such a shame that his tenure in the crypto space has ended with absolute disaster and fraud like that. There we go. The tokenizer is put algo, giving us an opportunity that's only available to private investors or ICOs. At 11 cents per algo, we get the same opportunity to get in around Algorand. Only difference is we've seen the caliber of utility on Algorand. And he's got a few of the things here. I'm not going to click on the article. It's really good. Keep an eye on this guy. I really like his posts of late. Very, very cool. There he is at Tokenizer, how you pronounce it. Algo, I've been stacking a bag, increasing that shortly again, and doubling my yield on it, potentially. Here we go. Next up, Crypto Insights, smashing out the ballpark at the minute. XRP blast off T-minus 11 days. XRP over the Bitcoin chart on the short-term time frame looks like it's ready to pump. Volume spikes have been dominated by the bulls for quite some time. We caught a bounce in the exact same area I was calling for a T-minus 18. Once we break out of, let's click on this. Once we break out of the, wait for my post to load up. Where are we now? Once we break out the dashed line, I would expect a fast expansion similar to what we've seen here. So I think he's referring to the green elliptical on the chart there. Very interesting stuff. What else he put? In the last 2 weeks, we've seen over 250 billion added to the total market cap of crypto. This is fresh liquidity, making an aggressive move more possible. Finally, even though BTC has a bit of a short-term correction, XRP has been holding strong, looking like it may be starting to decouple. Very interesting. Keep an eye on that young man. He's got a great account there, and his TA is fantastic. He's also got a great newsletter. Go and sign up for it. Another article by Saylor here. This is actually by Tua Demisto. He's a very OG kind of Bitcoin mathematician and brain. Really good, worth a follow. And we're talking here about Michael Saylor. Some of them will become collaborative custody signature agents if the market deems them trustworthy. Saylor was saying we're going to need big banks to become crypto custodians. Kind of defeats the purpose of crypto, Michael. Banks are zeros. Banks are zeros. But let's have a listen to what he says. I haven't listened to this myself yet.
We're going to need big banks to become the crypto custodians. We're going to need Wall Street to take a role. And we need to rationalize away from the 100,000 crypto tokens, yo-yo coins that people are manipulating, to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an asset without an issuer. It is the one universally recognized protocol that's a commodity in the space. So when banks on Wall Street and responsible custodians are managing Bitcoin and the industry takes its eyes away from all of the shiny little tokens that have distracted and demolished shareholder value, I think the industry moves to the next level and we 10x from here.
Very interesting.
For the industry to move to the next level, we need to migrate.
Right, my computer's going nuts today again. Right, so what else have we got here? Yeah, this is interesting. Michael Branch, which is Michael. Okay, you'd have to write the numbers down yourself. He's had his account hacked, I think, a few months ago. So he had to restart from scratch. God bless him. He's posted here that the US HSBC Holdings PLC, one of the world's leading bullion banks, has launched a blockchain-based platform to modernise the traditional and manual process of the London gold market. Well, HSBC and gold, where have we seen that before? Well, I'll bring you back to a great post by the Cooper Dog Dad, who is just a legend. And it was this post. I posted it on my timeline earlier on. Go and have a look at it. It's well worth the screen capture, this. Now, it's a bit of a collage of a number of different data. You've got a bit from Ross Vandermeer, a bit from Yo-Yo. They're both old insiders from 2018 and 19. While this loads up, you've got Ross Vandermeer's original AIIB diagram that he left us. And you've got a couple of articles, if this is ever going to load up. A couple of articles by R3 Corder and Sai. Congratulations to R3 Custom HSBC on the launch of DLT-based gold tokenization. Well, who's going to tokenize and what platform they're going to do that on? That'd be very interesting to know. I'm not saying it is XRP L, it could be on anything. And we've got at the top, HSB take a stab at using blockchain to modernize London's antiquated gold market. You see, this is how you make gold real again. You peg it to the blockchain for its verifiability and to show its authenticity, because there's a lot of fake gold in the world right now. In the middle, you have the old Ross Vandermeer, Swift HSBC connected through the AIB. This is the West system, this is the East systems of money transfer and banking structure. And in the bottom here, we've got Christine Lagarde, this is Ross Vandermeer. Christine Lagarde will make her first announcement as ECB leader that will shake the market, and it will not be pretty. BOA went offline, the collapse is near. November is where all things will start to shift A to B in front of our eyes. You know the rule, time will tell. And A to B is this in the centre here. And there's a couple of posts at the bottom here, someone saying still bullish on XRP, I hope to Yo-Yo, yet Corda versus V versus RippleNet is a win-win for XRP. And there's another article that's up there, which I think London and London blockchain are thriving, he said. Anyway, fascinating little articles here. I'm going to go and be doing a deep dive for you all in a minute on another article I promised you on this 589. So that's going to be the next video I put up today. This is a bit of a news video. I will do another video for you in about 10 minutes time. This is my Twitter handle at Ripples in Wales. Come and give us a follow. Please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, drop me a comment, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if I've missed any news. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Be blessed.